I'm Innerji, the Metaphysical Crone, and with me today is my partner in crime, Twisted by Mish. Hi, Mish.
Hi Leslie. Hi everybody.
We've decided to team up to share some of our outlooks on the different seasons, the different rituals, the different things that we go through on the wheel of the year, because it's very individual to all of us. And we thought we'd also do some mini readings, all sorts of fun things. So this is like a little pop-up preview, if you like. Now, you might notice by my screen that we are in the spring season, or Ostara, also known as the spring equinox. Now, that traditionally occurs between roughly the 21st and the 23rd of September each year, depending on the astrology of it. Like in terms of the astrology, it's actually going to occur at 11:04 a.m. on the 23rd of September. That's this Friday, and that's Australian Eastern Standard Time. And of course, if we're in the Northern Hemisphere, it's the opposite, isn't it, Mish?
In the Northern Hemisphere, they're heading into Mabon at the moment. So they've got the autumn equinox happening, or fall, as they call it over there.
And it can be quite confusing at times, can't it? Between the difference between the Northern and the Southern Hemisphere. I was born in the Northern Hemisphere, so kind of in my heritage, I want to do Northern Hemisphere seasons. But because of where I live here in Australia, I want to honour the spirit of place and the seasons here. But, you know, coming back to Ostara or spring equinox, what does that mean for you? And what are some of the things that you do?
For me, spring equinox or Ostara has always been about emerging anew, coming back out after spending, you know, the cold, dark of winter, and working on yourself, sort of retreating. I always find a little bit of retreating from the public as well. But yeah, so about that reawakening. There's also the balance between having both equal hours of dark and night in the day. So it's about a little bit about finding balance and what we want to make sure that we're, you know, keeping that equal amounts of work versus fun and enjoyment, and just so you're not, you know, not tipping the edges one way too much. I always like to set intentions come spring equinox. About, you know, it's about planting those seeds of what you want to achieve throughout the next 12 months. So yeah, so I just, all of that. I also incorporate cooking into my rituals. So the food that we eat is very seasonal. Well, I'll find myself this time of year, of course, with new sprouts. So, you know, the fresh green sprouted vegetables and leafy greens, and if I'm going to do some baking, it's sort of be some buns, or
You're making me hungry.
Lots of eggs and frittatas and things like that, but that real fresh sort of light spring food.
Oh, that sounds yummy. Yeah, I must admit, I, as you know, I don't have the greenest of thumbs, but for this particular spring season, I'm going to try my hand at creating a veggie patch again. I tried it last year and it was semi-successful. So never give up is my intention around this spring season as well. But what we thought we would do today is, because technically we're recording this here on the 21st of September, so we are in the spring equinox time frame. We thought we might do maybe a little bit of a reading on this spring season and what the energies might bring for us. What do you reckon?
Yeah, sounds good.
Would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first? I don't mind.
I don't mind. I don't mind. I can go first. I think for a lot of us, this winter has been a little bit harder on us. I know I've felt a lot collectively about how hard it has been. There's been a lot more illness. Just, I think, you know, a lot of us spend a lot of time away from people. And so this was our first winter after all the lockdowns and everything. Our immune systems just haven't coped quite as well with everything, having been so sheltered. So I think I'll just pull a few runes out and just see how that sort of shift is gonna going to occur, and maybe what sort of things we can do to help lighten that load.
I agree with you. It has been a really unusual winter. I know I've been wanting to retreat and be more of a hermit than I usually do. And I do wonder if it is a leftover from the lockdowns. We've kind of got used to it. But I feel like, with this spring season, now is the time for us to blossom within ourselves again as well.
Yeah. So the runes that have actually come out are the Harvest rune and the Woman rune. So the Woman rune talks about nurturing and really sort of looking after yourself. So all things traditionally that are traditionally maternal, I guess you would say, which is very much this moment, sort of having to just be kind on yourselves, looking after ourselves, looking after our health as well, not expecting to just jump in the deep end and be thrown back into full swing. We still have to just take it slowly. The Harvest rune is very much about working on yourself and then reaping those rewards. So remember, we're not just going to jump straight in. You don't plant a seed and get fruit. You have to prepare that soil. You have to go through all the processes, prepare the soil, plant the seed, water it, nurture the sprout, and then it will blossom. And then the final thing is the fruit. So just remembering that all of what we're going through is a process, and it's not going to happen straight away. It is going to be needed to be worked on, and eventually we will get that fruit.
I so agree. It is, it's almost like if we go by the calendar, it's like, oh, it's spring equinox, everything's in balance today. And it isn't, it's transitional. Now, the cards that I've got are the Three of Swords reversed and the Ace of Swords. Now, this Three of Swords to me is kind of representative of what we need to let go, old thinking patterns, some of the things that may have got us down during the winter period, that shadow, that internal hermit time that we've had. It's about letting go what hasn't worked, because as Mish has said, it's a transition. It's not just, well, we were in winter, now we're in spring and it's equal day, equal night, and we're in balance again. This is more about transitioning, letting go what no longer serves us. And then moving forward, we have the Ace of Swords. Aces represent big new beginnings, big new opportunities. Swords represent our thoughts, our visions, our plans, our communication. So planting seeds, as Mish spoke about, is about, well, what is my vision moving forward for the next 12 months? What do I see it looking like? And it is looking positive, because I also have the cherries card from the tea cards. And cherries also sweet, juicy, succulent. So this is saying that new opportunities can be made in this spring season, but you need to set your intention. We've also got the mushroom, and this is saying stop hiding in the dark. It's time for you to blossom in your own light, in your own being, but put in a little bit of planning and then see how, like tending a garden, it organically grows.
That's great. That first card you had, that was so me yesterday. I got the scissors out and cut half my hair off.
Well, that looks good.
It's like just that pruning back, get rid of what you don't need anymore. Use it as a whole,
Yeah. And when you think about it, what's that old thing? Spring cleaning. Hello.
Yeah, that's it. Shedding the old. See, just had to get rid of that. Just while you were doing that too, I just grabbed a couple more cards out, Leslie, and I got compassion.
Oh.
You can see that, and manifestation. So again, it's like, be kind with yourself as we're going into this next phase. Be kind with yourself, set the intentions, just don't expect too much of yourself and expect to be doing all the hard work straight away. Keep that balance.
Of course, we also have the new moon coming up on Friday. That's happening at 7:54 a.m.
Monday,
here. Monday, sorry. I keep getting the equinox time and that one mixed up. Yes. We've got the new moon in Libra on Monday. Yes. So again, it's about balance and harmony and bringing together. So, some pretty strong energy for that, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think it is. Like I'm really personally, I'm really feeling a shift with this weather. You know, with the change of season, and just it really is sort of. It smells sweeter out there.
It does. And we have little fairy wrens that set up nest outside somewhere near our house, and they come and tap on our windows. And that to me is always a sign of, hey, get active, get going again, but do it
Yeah.
gently, do it in a natural way rather than forcing anything.
That's it. That's it. I open my door and I can smell we've got lots of freesias that grow wild around here. And I looked up recently about freesias, and it's actually about friendship. So I think it's probably a good time to just focus on those your friendship connections, and you know, they'll help you get through this too.
Absolutely.
You
And
don't
of
have to do it
course,
alone.
speaking of connections, we're going to be doing more of this type of readings and exploring different aspects of spirituality and metaphysics. And we thought we'd like to share it with you. So keep an eye out, watch this space. We're going to kind of be like a little flash mob approach. We're not going to do things necessarily at the same time every week or every week. We're going to go with the flow of the energy and see when we are drawn to sharing with you. So we hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you the next time we pop in. Thanks,
Thank
Mish.
you. Thanks heaps, Leslie. And yeah, look forward to what's to come.